Toby, there are a lot of players, young kids that watch you and looking at you through this rehab process. What would your message be to kids and the desire to do something at the highest level, albeit basketball or anything?
Well, you just got to put one foot in front of the other. And, you know, sometimes I think, you know, even for myself, it's easy to become distracted a little bit and start trying to look at what the final picture is going to look like. And, you know, when you do that, you can easily become frustrated with where you are at the moment. So, you know, my advice is just to focus on each day. And, you know, you have a plan in place of how you want to improve and how you want to get better. And you stick to that plan and trust the fact that, you know, every day that you stick to the plan, it'll get you to your end result.
Kobe, you said you would makes you want to run through a wall for the team. How much closer are we to seeing you run through that wall?
Much closer, man. I had a really, really hard workout today. Not done yet, but I had a couple good ones in today. I mean, I feel good. I'm feeling much, much stronger, and you know, ready to come back soon.
I know you mentioned that November was a possibility last week. Is it still a possibility today?
It's hard. I mean, I honestly, I don't even know what today's date is. I don't know where we are in November, but I just know how I'm feeling, and I'm feeling pretty strong. So.
Days, weeks?
Probably weeks.
Do you feel like you need any particular amount of more practices before?
Yeah, I need some more practices to kind of be able to measure it and test it, and you know, some of the limitations that I had in the first couple of practices, you know, kind of come back and see if they're still there, if they're not, you know, go from there.
And so for those next ones, what are you measuring with that?
Explosiveness. Being able to take off from a standstill position, from a triple threat position, and be able to go by guys. Feeling comfortable being able to do that. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I can get to a spot on the floor and use my body and size and be able to raise up and shoot, but I wasn't comfortable being able to kind of lower the shoulder and go by somebody. So.
Kobe, your game has always kind of been an evolutionary thing, adding things. As you've gotten older, the explosiveness has not been as big a part of your game. I know you can still do it. How do you visualize how you will play now coming off of this with that in mind?
You have different options. There's different ways I can go. Obviously, the easier of the two would be if I could have the same type of explosiveness that I had last year, and it makes my game very easy, you know. But if it's not there, you know, I'm ready to adapt, and I'm ready to change that and slow the tempo down, change up the rhythm a little bit, go to more of a bump game, and you know, so I'm willing and ready to adapt to whatever my body is telling me.
Can you look at anybody in particular, any tapes of anyone to kind of see how they?
Well, I mean, there's some players throughout the course of, you know, NBA history who have done just fine, you know, without that kind of athleticism, from Magic to Bird to, you know, Oscar Robertson. He used his size a great deal, and although he was fast and strong, like, I mean, really, his game was that of using his back and his force. You know, Andre Miller is a great guy. Gary Payton, Paul Pierce. I mean, these are guys that have an unpredictable rhythm to their game, you know, more so than using speed.
When you came out of high school, I'm sure you envisioned championships and assault on records, but you've seen 20 years.
No, I mean, that's a long time to be doing anything, you know, let alone to be playing basketball. But honestly, it went by so fast. Like, it's, me and John were talking about it, kind of walking over here, and the first thing I thought of was having training camp in Hawaii my first year. And you know, as a kid, you know, I don't know, I'm still eating, you know, I'm eating cereal in the morning, and I order some cereal, and it comes up to the room, and it's like $40 for like 3 boxes of cereal. And I sent the cereal back, and I went to the grocery store and, you know, bought my own box for much less. And it just seemed like it was yesterday that happened.
Kobe, when you do come back, are you comfortable with a minutes limit, or do you want to go like you're accustomed to?
No, I'm comfortable with that for sure. You know, you know, the goal is to win a championship, to put ourselves in a position where we can win a championship. I feel like we have some really good pieces, guys who are really competitive and athletic and have the energy they can carry a game. And I think they've been showing that, particularly the last 3 games. So, you know, if I can come back and keep my minutes to a minimum, that would be perfect.
Last one, guys. Kobe, Mitch said that
one of the reasons they did this now was to not have this become something where they're trying to negotiate in the middle of the season. Middle for you being obviously whenever you get back and start playing again. But nobody's seen you on the court, so I think some of the concern or skepticism comes in there too. Would you have been okay to wait to the off season, or would you have rather had this secured before hitting free agency as well? What was your priority?
No, I didn't make a big deal about it at all. I mean, there was nothing. I just kept my mouth shut the entire time. I mean, it's the amount of love and respect that I have for the Bucks family and Lakers organization trumps anything else that I wanted. I just wanted to come out and play. If they wanted to wait and see how I played, that's fine. If they didn't, that's great. But I just wanted to come out and do what I do best, and try to help this organization get back to where it belongs. I mean, it's really, really that simple for me.